Hey guys, welcome to MNMM Nati. Today's video is related to the reading section for your PTE exam. In reading section, you have reading fill in the blanks, reading writing fill in the blanks. A lot of times we find it difficult to solve fill in the blanks in reading section. The reason is the simplest reason that I can think of is it is not possible that you will know the meaning of every single word that you come across while doing the fill in the blanks in reading or reading and writing section. So what can help you sometimes while solving those fill in the blanks are some of the grammar rules. So if you are aware of these grammar rules, it helps you sometimes to solve these reading fill in the blanks in your reading section a little quicker, I would say, because as I said, always you will not know the meaning of every single word. So it is good to it is a good deal to have a better understanding of these grammar rules, a good understanding of these grammar rules. So what I'll do is I'll share those rules with you today. I would encourage you to take notes. Whenever you practice your reading section fill in the blanks, always give a quick read through these grammar rules and then start solving the fill in the blanks, because that ways you are refreshing these rules every now and then you will never be able to forget them, and then they will help you to solve some of the fill in the blanks as well. Let us see what those rules are. Let us write them down, and I will try and explain them using simplest possible example. The reason is I want you to understand these grammar rules right now. So if I use simple examples, it will be very easy for you to connect with them, and then you can implement them while doing the fill in the blanks as well. Let's get started. Before I dive deep into this topic, I would like to share that if you want to get any help, coaching, consultation regarding PT or Nati, Hindi, Gujarati, Punjabi, you can message us on Instagram or Facebook Messenger. The links are in the description below, or simply search for this channel's name, which is MNMM Nati, and you can discuss about coaching for PT, for Nati as well, and for consultations, or even if you just need the practice material. So I will be sharing 7 different grammar rules. Let's start from the number 1. So the first one that I have for all of you is noun, preposition, noun. Now let's start from the easy one. Preposition. What is preposition? Anything that is for, of, in, at, these words are preposition. Now let's say if there is a preposition in the middle. For example, I have for over here in the middle. I'll just put M. M means middle, okay? And then I have something over here and something over here. If one of these blank is a noun, what is noun? Noun means, simplest way to understand noun is name, okay? Just try to remember NN, name. That is the simplest way of keeping what noun is in your head. So now let's say over here it says advertisement, which is noun. So when I know that there is a word which is a noun, then comes a preposition, and then there is a blank. This blank has to be a noun based on noun preposition noun rule. So something that is name related. So advertisement for, you may have a few options in exam. Something that says work, job, okay? So anything that relates to these sort of words, work, job, that has to be my answer, because that is noun, that is name of something, that is name title of something. And because I have a noun here, then a preposition, the last word has to be noun as well. Similarly, if you had a preposition already given to you, for, and they have said work here, and then there is a blank over here. Now you know that because there is a noun here, there is a preposition in the middle. This has to be noun based on the noun preposition noun rule. Hence, if you have options related to like something that is related to work, you can select that. So for example, advertisement. It is again name or title of something, right? So always keep this rule in mind. Let's go to the next one. The next is article rule. Now we have 3 articles, a, an, and the. The easiest way to keep which article has to be used is to understand vowel sound. It has to be sound, not just the vowel letter. A lot of times what we do is, if we see A, E, I, O, U, we know these are 5 vowels in English language, right? So if we see any of these, any word that starts with any of these, we think just because it starts from A, E, I, O, U, it has to be an, which means and then that word, just because it starts from A, E, I, O, U. That's not the case. Just based on the first letter, you don't decide that. It has to be vowel sound. So if any word that sounds, the start of the word sounds A, E, I, O, U, that's when you put an. So if it doesn't sound A, E, I, O, U, like why do we write an apple? Apple, a. So it does sound A as well. Not only you see A, but there is the sound of A as well. So an apple is, that's why used, and a apple cannot be used, because if the sound is A, E, I, O, U, A cannot be used. So this is how you can keep in mind which article needs to be used when it comes to vowel sound, and if it doesn't have a vowel sound, the other ones, right? The third rule is related to verb. Now what is verb? Action, some sort of action, right? Whenever you see to and there is a blank after that, if you see the word to and there is a blank after to, this blank has to be a present simple verb. For example, eat, sleep, walk, drink, etc. Right? So to eat is right, but you cannot say to eating. Again, it's ing form, it's present continuous. It has to be present simple tense only. So the verb you use after to has to be present simple only. It is also called present indefinite verb, but if you keep it simple, if you keep it easy to understand, you can call it present simple verb. Okay, so after to, I will always use present simple verb. For example, to eat, to sleep, to walk. I cannot say to ate, or like, you know, the past tense, or to sleeping, or to walking. I cannot say that. It has to be simple present only. The next is if you see by. Now for the previous one we had to, and for after to we had a rule. Similarly, if you have by, you have a rule what comes right before by. Okay, so this time it is before by. So the moment you see by, you will understand that before by is a verb in past tense. So easy to remember is, if it is after to, it is present simple verb. If it is before by, it is verb in past tense. So for example, passed by. I passed by his house last night. Passed by, past tense. Whatever you see here before by has to be past tense only. The next rule is helping verb followed by. I always write like this, followed by main verb. Helping verb followed by main verb. Now what are different types of helping verbs? Is, am, are, was, were, should, have been. These are different types of helping verbs. Now if you have a helping verb, it has to have a main verb that is following it. What do you mean by following it? Helping verb is always followed by a main verb. Now for example, what can be in my main verb? I can have walking, I can have swimming, some sort of an action. Verb is what? Some sort of action. If you're walking, that is some sort of an action. That is verb. If you're swimming, you're exercising, that is some sort of an action. That is your verb. I'll take an easy example over here. Kate was dash in the same flight as Mark. What does this blank, what can this blank have? Let's think. Kate was, now there is flight, so obviously there has to be something related to flying. So flight, flying. I will put flying here. Now was is your helping verb and flying is your main verb, because flying is the action over here. So that's your main verb. Again, helping verb followed by main verb. Helping verb comes first, the main verb comes after that. That is the relationship between helping verb and main verb. Always keep these two things in mind. The next rule is, this is one of those common rules: adverb, adjective, noun. Noun, we know, name. Adjective is something that is trying to enhance or specify the quality of the noun. So quality of noun. An adverb would be something that tries to highlight the quality of adjective. We will use an example, don't worry here. Okay. Now, let us write down a very simple example so that we can understand how adverb, adjective and noun are used together, right? Let's do that. Sam is an extremely... Now, what you can do is you can pause the video and try to figure out what is noun here, what is adjective here, and what is adverb here, all right? Simple. ly is my adverb. Ly at the end. Extremely is my adverb. Good is my adjective because it is trying to show some quality. Quality of what? Chess is name of a sport. So chess is my noun over here. Adverb, adjective, noun. Chess is my noun. Some quality of chess. Good. Good is my adjective. Quality of good. Extremely good. Extremely is my adverb. That is how you can always remember that I will have adverb, adjective and noun together. So if I have two of them and one is missing, I know what sort of option to look for. Let's say you have good, chess already in your question and extremely is missing. You know adverb has to be your answer. So if you see anything that ends with ly and suits in the blank, that is your answer. So these small little techniques help you a lot while solving the fill in the blanks. They help you mitigate the wrong options. They help you, use that method where you know that, okay, this is definitely not my answer because this is not an adverb. So mitigating the wrong option is a good idea. That ways you reach to the right option quickly. Now, last but certainly not the least, conjunction rule. What is the meaning of conjunction? Conjunction means to join something, right? The most common conjunction you will see is and. That gets used a lot when you want to join two different clauses. You want to make a big sentence by joining phrases, clauses, right? So and is used a lot to have a complete sentence. Now, the easiest thing to remember, especially when you see conjunctions like and, which are used a lot in pretty much a lot of fill in the blanks, is whatever part of a sentence you have before and after and, they should be in same tense, right? So let's say the part of the sentence that is after and is in past tense. Then it is not possible to have the part of the sentence before and in present tense, as in the answer. I'm talking about the answer over here, the blank that you get. They cannot be in two different tenses. They have to be in same tenses. Let's take a very easy example and then you will understand what I'm trying to say over here. The US produced 5 million tons of chocolates. Now, simplest possible example. The US produced 5 million tons of chocolates last year. Over here, my verb is produced. What is the action? produced. They have produced something. My verb is in past tense before and. If my verb is in past tense before and, my verb after and also has to be in past tense. And is over here. Dash all across the world. Give, is it in past tense? No. Giving, is it in past tense? No. Delivered, is it in past tense? Yes, it has ed at the end. It is definitely past tense. My answer is delivered. The US produced 5 million tons of chocolates last year and delivered all across the world. My verb before the conjunction and my verb after the conjunction have to be in same tense. That is the technique over here. I hope this video was useful. I would highly recommend you to revise these grammar rules every now and then, because it's not possible to just go through them once and remember them forever. It takes a few readings, and it also takes a lot of questions for you to practice to implement these grammar rules, because if you don't implement them, you'll forget them very easily. But we'll come up with more and more videos to help you guys. With that, I'll take your leave. All the best and practice hard.